Hello, Fanana student of class 9. We were discussing the international comparison of poverty and equality of income. So, the World Bank, which I have told you, has prescribed the poverty line as $1 per day. Those who are earning below $1 per day, they are regarded as poor by the World Bank. Now, what are the international scenario when we compare the poverty? We see decline in poverty in China and South Asian countries, and it has happened because of rapid economic growth that they have taken in this country and the heavy investment in human resource development. The number of poor people in China has fallen from 606 million to 212 million in the period of 30 years. In South Asian countries like India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Nepal, Bangladesh, Bhutan, poverty has not declined as much as in comparison to China and Southeast Asian countries. The number of poor people has come down marginally only. So this is the international scenario. Next is your income inequalities. As compared to developed countries, income inequalities are larger in underdeveloped countries. We see income inequality are very high in less developed countries. Example, in Brazil, Mexico, Colombia, Malaysia, Thailand, India, we find a very high income inequality. We find it in comparison to the developed countries like Netherlands, USA, UK, Germany, etc. Next is your step taken by the government for poverty alleviation. What are the government steps that has taken? So what are these sections? Number one, government has taken first step to promote economic growth. During the 5-year plan to the 4th plan, our government laid emphasis on the economic growth to eradicate poverty. So government thinks that if economic growth is promoted, the poverty will automatically reduced. Number two, poverty alleviation program. To address the poor, the government thought that income and employment for the poor should be increased so that poverty is reduced. The government decided to launch a direct attack on poverty, and number of programs have been launched. Like self-employment generation program, like Rural Employment Generation Program, REGP, Prime Minister Rozgar Yojana, PMRY, Swर्ण Jayanti Shahri Rozgar Yojana, SJSSRY. Under this self-employment generation program, financial assistance is given to the individual families or individuals. Our government has also implemented a variety of programs to generate wage employment for the poor. These are like Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme, REGS, and Sampur Gramin Rozgar Yojana, SGRY. And in 2005, the Parliament has passed an act known as National Rural Employment Guarantee Act, that is NAREGA, which has now become MNREGA today. To provide guaranteed wage employment to every household whose adult volunteer do unskilled manual work for at least 100 days in year 200 districts. It has started from 200 districts, but now it has promoted to more districts. That is 400 to 500 districts as well. So government has these taken steps. Next is your government has taken public expenditure on social consumption needs. Public expenditure on social consumption needs was the third approach to address poverty, in which program focusing on areas such as education, health, water supply and sanitation are expected to supplement the consumption needs for the poor. Now these are your Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana, like Pradhan Mantri Gram Udyog Yojana, Valmiki Ambedkar Awas Yojana. These are the example of such program. Next is your the challenges ahead, what India has challenged. Poverty has declined in India. Poverty reduction remains India's mostly compelling challenges today as well. Wide disparity in poverty are visible between the rural and urban areas and among different regions. Certain social and economic groups are more vulnerable to poverty, and poverty reduction is expected to make better progress in the coming years, which would be possible mainly due to the higher economic growth. When we focus on economic growth, increasing stress on universal free education, population growth declining, increasing empowerment of women, only then we can address the challenge of poverty. So these are the challenges ahead. So with this chapter conclude. Thank you, student. Thank you very much.